Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiki LaFleur. Today I am jumping right in. I'm showing you my sheer tint broad spectrum SPF. I'm testing this out. I got a couple of samples and I really just wanted to see how well it works. I wore it once or how many times? 2-3 other times, but the weather is getting hotter and I have a different type of technique that I'm working on as far as like foundation and layering process. So I've been enjoying it. Will I buy the full size? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. I have one more sample to go through and then like, because it doesn't leave like a white cast, that's why I'm like, it's alright, but it's oil based. So that's the only reason why I'm considering it, because I'm like, if I can find another one that's oil based that doesn't leave any cast, because it's a slight cast, it's slight, but nothing too crazy. So until then, I will keep you posted, but for now, I'm just gonna buff this in. Next, I'm going in with Anastasia's Pro Palette. I'm starting with the wax, and I use my finger because I want to keep it clean, mostly, to apply to my brows, clean brows easily. So first, I'm going in with this ash color, and I use this as a guide for my brows. I love to just use a lighter color to trace my brows, and then I go in with a darker color and make it a more gradient effect. I have a couple of videos already with this, so if you want to see, please feel free. I have a very specific video about brows, so it should be easy to find. I'll have it linked down below. Other than that, I'm gonna fast forward this. Next, I'm going in with Ciate's Extraordinary Brightening Under Eye Perfector. This is in shade medium, and this stuff for me, I love it. It does not crease, you guys. If you're having issues with creasing, try this, but do not use a lot. I haven't used a lot. What I do is I like to take a little bit out, warm it on my hands, and apply it onto my face. By the time I do all of that, it's pretty much sheared out. All right, so what I'm doing right now is actually using the concealer. Number one, I love this concealer. It does not move, okay? I freaking love it, but also it's oil based. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because everything I'm using on my face is oil based. Now, if you want to know why, leave a comment down below. But I guess just to give you an idea of why I'm doing it is because my freaking makeup lasts so freaking long. In the summertime, I'm like, say less. Like whatever it takes for my makeup to last just as long as it would in the winter. In the summer, I'll do what I gotta do. So if you wanna know exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, leave a comment down below, period. But back to this. All right, so I'm warming up the concealer in my hand. I just showed you guys that. But what I like to do and what my thought process is when it comes to my face and always looking freaking like me, but also, you know, like, I see you, you know what I mean? There's a process for me, and right now this concealer has such a sheer finish to it, and I love that. So it can help to brighten up other areas that I want, because normally sometimes you will leave it just here, but because it's so sheer, I'm using this as a, if we think of paint, I'm gonna use paint as a reference a lot because I work on my face as if it is a canvas. And thank Bob Ross. I watched him a lot when I was a kid. And so I like to use layers. I like to use depth. I like to use shadows and things like that. I like to use the element other than the harsh black and white, the harsh yin and yang, you know. But that, if we think about yin and yang, there's a dot in the middle of both polar opposites, and what that means, there's some other element that has to come into play for there to be balanced. So in the past, using makeup and just being black and white with it, like having
concealer, do all of the work of highlighting and having a contour, do all of the work of contouring, just made my makeup look blotchy. But once I learned to incorporate other colors, yeah, I know it's more work. I know. But once you get in the habit of doing it, it's not hard at all. It's actually, you actually learn to become more efficient and proactive and just a bit more accurate in what your end results are, because you know what to do. And it's like knowing the rules and then being able to break the rules. You know what I mean? Like, you have to learn them first in order to even know what to break. I can go on a rant. This is why I be doing the voiceovers, because my videos would be so long if I just sit and talk to you guys forever. All right, I'm trying to make this quick. Jeez Louise. All right. So with all of that being said, I am using this particular concealer as my shadow. And then I'm gonna go in and highlight and really bring forward, you know, those areas that I really want to shine, but there's a grading effect to it. So you will understand my process and everything that goes along with the rest of the products that I use. So yeah, enjoy.
Going in now with this Wet n Wild concealer. This is in shade 809 in Your Natural. So I'm just warming this in my hand as well. Like everything I'm doing, pretty much, if I'm looking down, I'm warming the product into my hands. Okay, so I'm warming this in my hand. This has a little bit more coverage, so I'm placing it on the inner parts of the eye as well as my T-zone area. But I'm about to explain to you guys in a little bit about why it's so important that I warm it in my hands. I feel like for the summer, especially if you want your makeup to last longer, you have to apply the least. Next, I'm going in with this NYX color correction palette. I love putting the green in the inner corner of my eye as well as other parts of my T-zone just to brighten up that area. It neutralizes the yellow, so it brings out wherever, you know, I put the product even more. It brightens that area. Now I'm going in with RCMA bronzer. This is meant for the summertime, so it lasts all day long, but I love using a fluffy brush with this because it just helps to airbrush and sheer out this product the most. But don't be discouraged, and I'm about to explain right now.
Okay, so here's the other thing. In the summertime, I definitely know that it's hard for makeup to last long, okay? Which is the reason why I am doing this video, just in general, just trying to master the art of wearing beautiful makeup in the summertime without looking a hot freaking mess. But with that being said, though, I had to talk to you and tell you specifically the only reason why I'm able to even melt the makeup in my hand and then apply it to my skin. One, it's gonna have it last long just in general because you're melting it already, you're warming it up and you're allowing it to sink into the skin. The other thing though, I take care of my skin. So in order for you to even do this, you have to take care of your skin because your skin requires, okay, low maintenance. You have to put yourself in a position where your skin is low maintenance. If it's high maintenance, you got acne issues, you got this issue, you got that issue, you're secreting way more oils than you normally should, or your skin is really dry and flaky. All that has to be addressed first, period. And I know it may sound a little daunting, but in our reality, your makeup won't last no matter what you do, no matter what season we are in. So I'm only able to apply this with a brush is because my skin underneath is being cared for. just have to let you guys know that, because I don't want people, because I used to be that person where I would see the makeup and I know that they're putting it on sheer, but I would still go do the same exact thing, and I would do the most because I'm covering up my acne marks, I'm covering up pimples, and when I go outside, the end result is a hot stinking mess, and it will frustrate me for a very, very long time until I said, fucking shit, I'm gonna take care of my skin. You know, like everything else. I mean, I've always already been taking care of my skin, so it wasn't really hard to kind of just say F this and go over here, but I intensified it. You know, I doubled down 10x. You know, I did what I had to do to the point where I'm here and I'm like, okay, my skin is doing better. Let me go and apply lighter makeup, especially for me, the best opportunity is the summertime to know that my makeup is top freaking notch, because in the winter time it's just easier to just kind of get away with a little bit sometimes a heavier makeup, but in the summer, not by a long shot. So for me, it's super exciting to even be able to do this, but I'm only able to do this because I took care of my skin. So don't get discouraged, just know that it's possible with a lot of diligent work, okay, and not giving up on yourself, because it is a process, it is a journey. Oh my god, oh my goodness, just remember these techniques, and just, if anything, practice it with the heavy makeup so that you get better at it, so by the time your skin is flawless, you already can beat it down, period.
Next, I'm going in with this contour stick by Anastasia. This is in shade Mink. It is more of my mid undertone neutral color, and I'm using this to define and add more depth to the contour that I did. So as you can see, that reddish brown from that first bronzer, the RCMA, is blended outward. That is the point of adding pigment and depth and definition. You know, you really get to number one, stand out. You stand out with your makeup, and number two, I feel like your makeup just looks way more put together and flawless.
So what I'm doing is making sure to concentrate most of that color on the center of the lid, because I really did make sure to pick up enough pigment. That way, when I do go into the crease and blend, there's very little on the brush. That's how you don't, you know how sometimes you feel like you apply a lot of product and then you automatically start blending and it comes out to be a hot mess? Well, that's why. You concentrate the color where you want it the most, give it some time to start being tacky, so on and so forth, you will feel it. That's why I would also keep in mind that I want to put on the lower lash line so I wouldn't blend until it dries out up here, because this actually is a fluid line by MAC and it will dry out. So that is the difference between this, and that's why my process is, you know, intensify to least intense, because it will dry out. So I'm giving it time to dry out, in other words.
Next, I'm going in with Pure Nova. This liquid liner, you guys, does not move. So if you're looking for something that dries extremely fast, you don't have time to smudge it in, this is the liquid liner for you. Now I'm going in with 𝗙𝗪𝗄𝗏𝗏. This is an oil-based palette, and the reason why I'm saying this is because it does last all day, you guys. This is something that the professionals use, but it is something that I've been trying it, and I want to bring it to you guys' attention and how to wear it and how to use it properly. But in the meantime, I'm putting it in areas that I don't have any foundation or product on at all, because I didn't start with foundation, so now I'm just wrapping it up. Now I'm going in with this oil-based blush. This is by RCMA, and I used the first color in the palette, and I just love how it gives me that inner glow look. It just stands out. Now I'm going in with this purple powder that I love to neutralize the yellow on the inner corners of my face, well, just the center in general. I like to apply this powder because it neutralizes all of that undertone and that yellow, and it just kind of really adds more definition. Now I'm going in with Huda Beauty's. This is her Glowish bronzer, and I just love how warm this is, and I'm using this to set all the powder, the cream contours of my face. So now I'm going in with Fenty's Caramel Cutie, and I'm using this to deepen parts of my face and add more depth down the bridge of my nose, on the inner corners of my eye, as well as the lower lash line as well.
It's really just depends on the type of makeup, but something like this where it's brown and it's natural and you're trying to keep it natural, if you do like a subtle shadow at the top like we're doing, these are natural tones. If you do that on the top, do it on the bottom, like guaranteed, just do it on the bottom, like whether you're sure or unsure, just do it, you know. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it's gonna balance out the look. It's gonna really help the look to look more effortless and just well put together and well planned, and trust me, it works every single time. And I'm putting the smallest amount on this brush, and I'm trying to stay at the edge because I really just want a shadow, and I don't want it to go onto my friggin' under eye area too much. So I'm using brown mascara. This is Lava. It's a lengthening and voluming mascara, okay? But the reason why I'm using it is because it softens up the look. This is still a daytime look. And using a brown mascara at the bottom lengthens your lashes, but it takes away the harshness that a black mascara would do. It would, actually, harsh is the wrong word. It will intensify, because there are times that we want our mascara to be intensified. This lessens the intensity. That's all it does. So now I want to go in with Semi Precious. This is Crystal Pink Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and I'm just loving how, first of all, I miss using my mineralized skin finishes. That's first of all. Secondly, what the hell was I thinking? And third, it has a nice champagne sheen to it, because I wanted a highlight, but I didn't want something that was going to be in your face, sparkly. Like I saw Trophy Wife by Fenty, and although you can just get specks of glitter, I didn't even want that. You know, I really just wanted this look to be effortless, and adding all those heavier products can really make it a bit more high maintenance than I'm in a mood for. Okay, so to use something that's more like a sheen, it's easier to just go and reapply compared to piling on of the chunkier glitters. And so yeah, but oh my goodness, I got so much stuff on my hand. Where can I put this? But blend it out. Let me see if I can get you guys to see. It just gives you a nice, really soft sheen, and that's what I want. So I'm actually gonna use I try not to repeat blushes. I try not to repeat brushes because I like to take my makeup with me, because I reapply. I don't care. I don't care, you guys. Like if I'm outside, that's what happens when you have struggled with acne for so long. You're traumatized, and I realize that I'm partially traumatized because the stories I have about my makeup and not being, not having it with me. Yo, hard head makes a soft okay? And I've learned my lesson. So I carry my brushes, I carry my makeup that I use for that day. If you want to know more about that, leave a comment down below, and that would be easy to share, quite honestly, and fun, quite honestly too, because it's a jewel. It's a real jewel. All right, so I'm using my point was, I didn't want to use this brush, but I want to use this brush because I already use it. So did I? Yes, I did. I don't use the same brushes because it's confusing to know which is which when I take my brushes out with me, because I don't know, I just have this memory where I know exactly what I used in that brush. Boom, 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 boom. So, ooh, I just got this. I've never used it before. It didn't have no name. It kept Swiss Glam. Okay, yes, my bad. You have a name. So this came in my BOXYCHARM, aka now 𝗙𝗎𝗍 box. It's so pretty. It's so fluffy. I haven't used it. Get off of me. I haven't used it yet. Perfect. Pretty much. And I love that it has this brown in the middle. Oh, I'm just gonna get all that goodness because I really don't want this look to be extra. Just want a nice sheen, just like that. Look, subtle. And that's why it's so important to play with your makeup. Sometimes I'm gonna just dust a little bit extra off of me because you get to know how it works. You get to know how it moves. But also, if you don't and it's new, put it on your hand first. Don't be afraid. Put that on your hand, okay? And rub it in and see what it does, because trust me, you will save yourself plenty days of headaches of putting product on. You're like, that is not what I was looking for. Yeah, that's just not it. And then you gotta be stuck and live with it. I usually sometimes live with it. I go and try and cover it or fix it. If it's terrible, like an eyeliner and you're like screwed up, no, I'm doing what I gotta do. But look at this. Look, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted. It's what I wanted. I love when it just works out the way that it freaking should. And I'm just gonna highlight above because I'm like really understanding my oval face and just knowing where to put colors. And when you have an oval face, it's like the elongation is like what is complimentary for us. Like that's the part you should highlight the most. So it's like before I used to cut my my forehead off by using more bronzer or and contour, you know, lower, and I'm like, why do I, something's off, and leave it to me. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna study it. I swear. That's I'm talking too much, see? So why? Now I got a shiny forehead. All right. How? What am I gonna do? Bronze, yeah, baby. That little bronzer. Speaking bronzer, was like, you talking about me? You talking about me? Alright. Point is, this is the part of my face that I really want to highlight and bring forward, because that's the, you know, what looks best on an oval face. By